gorgeous. Hello, my beloved souls. Hello, welcome back. Right, I just came back from walk. It was rainy, so now I need coffee. And I am here at a friend's house. You might have recognized the bay. It's the very same bay that is in the very same village that I always reside in when I'm here on the Isle of Lewis. It's been a long time, I know. I've been doing this for 3 years now, and it seems that January and February always mark the time when shit hits the fan. All of the 3 years I have done these videos, for some reason I always pause January and February. And I wanted to explain why and what happened, and also to reveal the big surprise that I've been talking about for the past months, and take you along on a journey. But first, coffee. Right. Now, as most of you know, I have spent my winter here on the Isle of Lewis for the past 3 years. With a little research, I found out I thought I could buy a car and insure a car in the UK. Why not? So I thought not being a UK resident is absolutely fine, and I can buy a car, insure a car, and just keep on looking for cars, because I have been backpacking for 3 years and I'm sort of over it, in the way that I just want to go further and wider and be freer in how I move, where I move, when I move. It's also cheaper because I don't have to pay for accommodation. I can cook my own food. And it's certainly cheaper with a dog. And then it happened in this very village. I found a car, and I tell you guys, it was supposed to be. It had a leisure battery, it had solar panels, it was insulated. And after my road trip to Ireland in October, I was set on getting an insulated car and just drive off into the sunset. Or into the sunrise, or whatever. I wanted a car. This one was meant to be the same village, a lovely guy, and I have pretty much worked to pay off the installments for said car. Now fast forward to the middle of February, when, as per usual, shit hit the fan, and it hit terribly. Like, I would say it was diarrhea, because first it turned out, a week before I was supposed to leave this island, the car didn't get through the MOT because it was all corroded underneath, and I didn't know that. Luckily, I got my money back. Then I was looking. First I had a panic attack, then I had an anxiety attack, then I doubted my will to survive, my will to live, and my overall will to travel. Then I felt stranded, alone, and very sad. And then I got active again, and I started looking for other cars. And oh my God, I tell you, within 2 days, I suddenly had a new car. It was insulated, it had a leisure battery, it was bigger, but it was even cheaper. And I was like, yes, this is the car to be. So off I went, wanting to make a 3-hour insurance for a test drive. And that was when I found out that I couldn't insure myself for a test drive because I am not a UK resident. And from there on, I started to sort of realize that buying a van in the UK might be impossible for me. Due to my lovely good friends, I had a glimpse of a chance because they said, well, you might not be able to do it, but maybe we are. So we could buy the van for you in our name. We can insure it in our name. And then you could be on the insurance just as a third party. And then two other things happen. Firstly, the average car insurance in the UK only insures travels abroad from 30 days, 90 days, maximum 180 days. So year-long travel in Europe is absolutely impossible. Then we found an insurance who actually does insure over 50s for an unlimited time abroad travel. And luckily my friends were over 50. But then it turns out that they won't accept anyone, no third party on the insurance papers whatsoever. So basically, that means the dream has poof, disappeared and dissolved itself. But it's alright, it could have been like worse. I could have just bought one van and then would have basically been stranded with it because it was corroded and my money would have been gone. Then I could have bought another van and the money would have not been invested wisely because basically I wouldn't have been able to travel with that van. So it turned out like actually it was a miracle that it turned out that well. So then I thought, all right, I'm traveling on the same dates. I'm gonna travel to Austria first to buy a car in my native country, in my own name, insure it in my own name, and go from there to visit the friends I wanted to visit in Switzerland, Slovenia, Romania, and then travel up to the Balticum to Norway, Sweden, Finland. The tale continues, and we are now 3 days before I was supposed to board the ferry, and I called the vet, and suddenly the vet said to me that Marjorie, being a Romanian dog, needs a very special blood test, and unless she has a negative result in that blood test, she's not allowed on the facilities of the vet. Never heard of that before, and I've been to the vet several times on the island, and it was actually when I talked to them the other day that they found out that she would have needed this test in order to be accepted into the vet, but no one thought of it. So that's how I didn't know about this test, meaning that it could be a week, it could also be 2 weeks until the results are back. So my plans got totally turned upside down once more, and I ended up without accommodation and without anything really to know how to go forward and how to proceed. The tale ends once more with just pure love and admiration for my lovely friends here on the island. They accepted me graciously in their homes. So now I have rescheduled for 20 days later. So I'm gonna be spending 10 days here in this beautiful house. And I've done an outer wall here. And then I'm gonna be spending 10 days with my other friends up the road. And by the end of March, I finally will board a ferry and make my way down to Newcastle, across the ocean to Amsterdam, and from there in an overnight train to Vienna. If everything goes well. As of now, Marjorie is vaccinated for everything that can be vaccinated and needs to be vaccinated. She will be getting a health certificate by the end of this month to be even able to travel. Yes, please, fingers crossed, please, all of you watching, please cross your fingers for me so that I can make it to Vienna without any more surprises. I'll really try to see the good in it, and quite frankly, it's really good. Like, it was a lot to swallow, a hard pill to swallow. It was an up and down, and by the end of this journey, meaning last Friday, so 3 days ago, I basically was totally exhausted, totally overwhelmed, and so over everything. But now I have put measures into place and I will take it step by step. That was one reason why I hadn't even a shred of creativity within me to film. The second thing why I didn't have any chance of really filming was because I was working so much. As you have maybe seen, there is a lot of episodes on my podcast. So these episodes take about, I don't know, about 10 to 12 hours to produce. So I've been focusing on that because it really sparks joy in me, and it really makes me feel like I'm doing something valuable in some way, can be of service to others through doing that. And apart from focusing on my podcast, I've also, due to other misfortunes and other unexpected unravelings of my life, double booked myself. So I was due to restore a stone wall in Lurbost, which I did, and I loved it. I loved staying with my friend. She has such a lovely house with a lovely garden and forest. Everything there is planted by her and tended to by her with such love and care. And I was there for 2 weeks. But because something happened with the Lyme that I couldn't have foreseen, I had to put that project, instead of making it beginning of January to the middle of February. So I double booked myself with other projects. So there has been a lot going on. But I'm well, I'm here, I'm alive, hello. And I wanted to share all of this. I just wanted to sit here and tell you the tale of misfortunes that happened throughout February, and that now, while waiting in March to be able to leave this island, I am actually recovering from that exhaustion. This vlog only serves to give you an update. I loved doing the stone wall, and I also loved doing the wall outside of my friend's art studio here. I loved being able to grow through this experience, and I love doing my podcast. So I would be absolutely grateful if you head over to the here or here or to the playlist and give it a listen and maybe comment back to me. I'm very grateful that you took the time out of your busy days to listen to me, to watch this video, watch this vlog. I would have wanted to surprise you with footage of my new home on 4 wheels, my new... Oh, hello, Wilfred. Hello. That's Wilfred. He's the dog of the house. He loves this window because he can look outside on the street. Hi, Wilfred. Hi, Wilfred. And then that's Marjorie, and she's just relaxing. Just as an update. So anyway, I loved catching up with you. I thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy days to watch these vlogs. I would have hoped to present you with an upgrade to van life, I guess. But I guess we're just like, there's more suspense now, and we're gonna have to like keep watching this journey and hope and pray that she will find a van for her and her dog, and it will be just like, I don't know, a couple of vlogs more. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to find a van, I guess. Famous last words, and also words she said a year ago. But that's just a side note. It will get absolutely better from here. So I will keep you tuned. I thank you very much for tuning in, and I love you very much. I do really appreciate you being here with me, and I send you from my heart to yours all my love, and feel hugged. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. I hope you take care of yourselves. And I hope you're kind to yourself and others. Mwah. So this is the amazing room that I'm gonna be in for the next 10 days before I go up the road to my other friends. What I need to do is sort my stuff because I was set on getting a van. So I bought gear and I also bought maybe too much clothes in the charity shops and also maybe too much books. And I also started a few hobbies like painting and knitting, and I thought I could pack just everything into that van. So I need to go back to minimalism, go back to 100 things, possibly 50 things if I can manage that, because I'm gonna be walking with my dog and my backpack everywhere. We're using public transport. Sometimes I will walk hours with that backpack when I'm out with my dog. So it needs to be light, and I still need a few clothes for working here while I'm still here. So this is basically the sorting process. I will have one pile to send ahead to Austria to my friend's house, which most surely will consist of the gear I already bought, like a gas cooker and stuff like that. Then I will have a pile to take, which should be a very small and very light pile, hopefully. And then there will be a big pile to bring to the charity shop or to give away to friends. I will may or may not cry in the process of doing this, because I really enjoyed being able to explore more hobbies and having more stuff. I still at heart, I'm still a minimalist, but I also enjoyed being able to paint whenever I want to, being able to just get books that are in the fields of my interests. So it's gonna be a job for sure. But obviously you're gonna stay with me. You are going to help me, right? Alright, so this one will be sent, but I might have to go over it again. This one will be donated, but there might come some more into that. And this should be the very light travel backpack. So I have to get over that again because it's too heavy and it's too full and I can't handle it. So this is it. Our last walk. Our last walk. Our last walk. I'm gonna miss this island so much. But yeah, I had 20 days of saying goodbye, so now Marjorie and I, there she is, off to new adventures.